Good evening. This is Gay Spirit, a program of information and entertainment for the lesbian and gay community of the greater Hartford area.
Excuse me, can I have your attention, please? Hey kids, tired of getting beaten up every day after school? Oops, I meant before school in the hall and lunch and after school. They wait for you after classes to smash your glasses into 18 pieces. Rub your face in dog feces, spit food in your face in the cafeteria. Fill your milk with ammonia so you're choking, the whole crowd goes into hysteria. In the hall they whistle at you, throw kisses at you, proposition you, push you into the bathroom and piss on you. In the classroom they leave thumbtacks at your chair on the seat, trip you, then drag you down the stairs by your feet, hang you upside down on the fence over by the soccer field, drag you naked from a speeding automobile, and all because you're queer. That's right, queer. You heard the magic word. As every adult, crumbling and fair, they assure you you're not a pervert and you can be cured. Or if that doesn't work, they prefer to keep it all blurred. They say you must be questioning or confused, while they keep pestering that it's gotta be something you choose, and the pressure gets festering till you can't stand it, you lit a fuse, while they desperately find anyone to accuse, like it's an abnormality or happened accidentally. Like you can't think intellectually, have the mentality to understand sexuality, have the capacity or tenacity to think independently. But here's my advice, take it literally.
Just run away to the Hobby Milk School, and you never have to take another day of the cruelty.
The thugs and the fools and the cows and the rules, just leave this place and you'll never see the face again.
Just run away to the Hobby Milk School, and you never have to take another day of the cruelty.
The thugs and the fools and the cows and the rules, and if you're gonna stay, then sue every last one of them. Okay, so you try to go talk to the principal. You know, the invisible man, the one that's only doing his job, that says you're the problem. The buffoon, the slob with his platoon, and the corn cob for a brain. On the bomb outside, waits about your remains, make a kebab of your cranium. You tell him you documented every time you were bashed. He looks at the papers, takes the folder, and throws it in the trash. He says it's time for you to go, and why did you come here? But sir, I can't leave now, they'll throw me in the garbage dumpster. He says he's sick of hearing you rag, and if you didn't act like a fag, well then you wouldn't get beat up so much. You say I'm touched, and thank you very much. I'm sure if I'm surrounded, you'll be there in the clutch, but I don't know if you noticed, but the crowd's getting restless below, and do you mind if I exit through your window? I'll take the fire escape down and run for cover before they discover me and start chasing. I can make it to the bus and hide behind the wheel casing.
Just run away to the Hobby Milk School, and you never have to take another day of the cruelty.
The thugs and the fools and the cows and the rules, just leave this place and you'll never see the face again.
Just run away to the Hobby Milk School, and you never have to take another day of the cruelty.
The thugs and the fools and the cows and the rules, and if you're gonna stay, then sue every last one of them. So they catch you one day, pin you to the wall, beat you within an inch of your life, carve the word faggot into your stomach with a pocket knife. You go to the counselor and show him the gashes. His solution is to put you in special ed classes. So you go to the police, tell them everything that's been happening. You lift up your shirt and show them the scar, they start laughing. They won't make an arrest because it's too much paperwork. You say thanks a lot if you're a safer jerk. So you finally find a teacher who is willing to assist you. Tell the kids boycott the class, say he must be a sissy too. And they transfer you from school to school, and all the administrators can talk about his community values.
Just run away to the Hobby Milk School, and you never have to take another day of the cruelty.
The thugs and the fools and the cows and the rules, just leave this place and you'll never see the face again.
Just run away to the Hobby Milk School, and you never have to take another day of the cruelty.
The thugs and the fools and the cows and the rules, and if you're gonna stay, then sue every last one of them.
Just run away to the Hobby Milk School, and you never have to take another day of the cruelty.
The thugs and the fools and the cows and the rules, just leave this place and you'll never see their face again.
Just run away to the Hobby Milk School, and you never have to take another day of the cruelty.
The thugs and the fools and the cows and the rules, and if you're gonna stay, then sue every last one of them. That's right, sue the teachers, the principals, the administrators, the school district, the police, sue the assistant to the assistant to the assistant to the dean, sue them all, make them pay.
School can be hell on earth if bullies perceive you are a sissy or you just don't meet the standards of masculinity, their standards of masculinity. Scott Free reminds us how some of us gay boys experienced our school days and what we should do if the people who should help us just allow the abuse to happen. Another Day of the Cruelty is one of the tracks contained in the second of Scott Free's 3 CD releases. This one is the 2004 release called They Call Me Mr. Free, which was issued through Scott's own Leather Western Records label. Scott Free is a very out songwriter living in Chicago. He's also a leatherman and rock keyboardist who hosts an annual festival of lesbian pop music making out there in the Windy City. I interviewed Scott Free for broadcast on this program shortly after release of his third album, his latest one, The Pink Album of 2008, which is a survey and song of the history of the gay subculture, our subculture, from the 1970s into the 21st century. My phone line conversation with Scott Free went over the air on this program on Thursday, May 21st, 2009. In that interview, Scott revealed to me that his songwriting style owes a lot to the British singer-songwriter Elvis Costello. You'll hear more about the issue of bullying the bullying of our young people momentarily tonight on Gay Spirit, America's longest continuously running radio program specifically devoted to lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender issues. Now nearing its 30th anniversary of uninterrupted week-by-week broadcast here over listener-supported WWUH. Speaking of listener support, I must thank all those listeners who phoned in their pledges of financial support to the work of this radio station last week in the course of our week-long Fall Fundraiser 2010. Remember that you must now fulfill your pledges by sending in a check. Before you get it, why not make out your check right now? Make it out to WWUH Fall Fundraiser and send it to us, WWUH, University of Hartford, 200 Bloomfield Avenue, West Hartford, CT, zip code 06117. We'll be sending you a reminder in the mail real soon about your pledge. You listeners have never failed us in fundraisers past, and you certainly came through for us this year in helping us to exceed our fundraising goal by well over $10,000. Remember that your pledged dollars go in part to pay for the weekly half-hour-long installments of Gay Spirit's companion program, This Way Out. This Way Out is billed as America's internationally transmitted lesbian and gay radio magazine. This Way Out goes out to upwards of 200 radio stations in 8 countries and is broadcast worldwide on the shortwave radio band. WWUH was on the original list of subscribers when This Way Out premiered, way back on April 1st, 1988. Ever since that date, there has been a full hour of gay programming on Thursday evenings at 91.3 FM. First comes the current installment of This Way Out from 8 p.m. to 8:30, followed immediately by another 30 minutes of locally produced and live on-air Gay Spirit bringing you up to 9 o'clock. The 2 gay shows are but a tiny part of the full spectrum of audio alternatives. This station offers you, nonstop, round the clock, to access this wealth of audio alternatives at any hour of the day or night, at any location on the planet in real-time audio. Go to our station's website at http://wwuh.org. There's a great deal of concern focused on the bullying of LGBT youth in the schools, both within our community and in the nation at large. The news reports over the past few months have been filled with incidents of bullying-induced suicides, the most recent being that of Rutgers University student Tyler Clementi. Then came the reaction to it in the form of Dan Savage's It Gets Better YouTube project, which was so successful in its outreach that even President Obama weighed in with a message of support. Here in Hartford, an anti-bullying coalition was formed in the spring of this year to deal with bullying in the City of Hartford school system. I read you a report about this new outgrowth of the City of Hartford's official commission on LGBT issues. The report on the first meeting of the Anti-Bullying Coalition, which appeared in the pages of the Hartford Current, went over the air on Gay Spirit on Thursday, May 6th. Then, on Thursday, June 3rd, a lesbian couple, Erica Romero and Jenny Torres, and their daughter Audrey came on this program to talk to me with their firsthand accounts of harassment in the Hartford Public Schools. Young Audrey had been harassed at her school because other students didn't like the fact that she had 2 openly lesbian parents. Tonight, we return to the bullying issue as I talk live on air with Simon Musa, coordinator of the Gay Straight Alliance at True Colors, the LGBT youth support agency. Well, boy, am I glad to have you here tonight, Simon.
I'm glad to be here.
Thanks so much for coming, and of course, give my regards to Robin McCallan,
I will.
founder of our True Colors. You're new on the team there.
That's right. I just started in September.
And they set you to work right away as a kind of an outreach person to the schools?
Yeah, I've been my job this year is to kind of get all the gay straight alliances in Connecticut in solidarity to work on a couple different projects this year. So I've been driving out to a couple different high schools, talking to some GSA advisors, and I've been really enjoying my time with the high school students that I've been able to interact with. So
you're not that much older than them, are you?
no, and they recognize that too. I just graduated from UConn actually.
Yeah.
So this is like my first job.
Yeah. Did you take a degree in social work or some related field?
No. I got a major in English, and my minor was film studies.
Yeah.
I mean, I just I applied through AmeriCorps, through Public Allies actually, which is an AmeriCorps program, and I just True Colors. Their focus on LBGT issues in Hartford just kind of really it interested me because I never been really engaged with the LGBT community, so I felt like it would be a great learning experience for me, and in all my jobs before I'd worked with kids, so and I felt like my growing up as a black man in this country, as a straight black man, I felt like my coming from that kind of culture that's I believe very very toxic to kids trying to come out. I felt like me saying that I'm an ally would be very powerful. So that's pretty much.
Yeah. I get the picture. So yours is a statewide outreach.
That's
now,
right.
You mentioned Gay Straight Alliance coordinators or contact people. That must mean that there are already organizations like this in schools all across the state.
Right. There's I think there's about 165 Gay Straight Alliances across Connecticut and in 165 different high schools. So I mean they meet every week, and it's a safe space for the kids, and the ones I've been able to interact with so far are just really the kids blow me away. They're just natural leaders, and they're very just so courageous, far more courageous than I was in high school.
I'm assuming that these are primarily organizations at the high school level, perhaps also at junior high or middle school level.
We're that's a little bit. We are trying to kind of engage with the middle school a little bit more. It's a little bit touchy ground, just because parents don't even want to admit that their kids are doing anything sexual in middle schools. So to have a gay straight alliance, is it blows their mind. So that's kind of touchy ground. But that's something that we would like to set up more gay straight alliances in the middle schools. Yeah, there's actually one of the GSAs I just came into contact with at Parish Hill High School. The gay straight advisor Marsha McGinley. They have this. This program where the kids in high school, it's a psychology class that they have to take, but they have to mentor. It's a 7 through 12 school, so they mentor the kids in the middle school, and what their idea they want to take the initiative and kind of mentor, use the Gay Straight Alliance as a kind of like way of bringing them without necessarily having like a gay straight alliance per se within that 7th through 8th kind of period. So I thought that was really cool.
What town is this school in?
It's in it's close to, it's around Willimantic. I can't even think right now. It's
perhaps Wyndham.
Chaplin.
Yeah. Eastern part of the state.
Yep.
Okay. So even the sort of less populated parts of the state of Connecticut now, this movement is reaching there too.
Right. And they just started their GSA or restarted it. It kind of stalled out for a little bit. So
the concept of safe space also has reached many school systems. are these GSA organizations establishing safe spaces for students of the sexual minorities?
Yeah, that's part of the goal, is to create that, at least when they're meeting, when they meet for their Gay Straight Alliance, that space be safe for anybody that comes. But the goal is to kind of make the entire school environment safe. And we have these 6-week activism classes that we're offering for free to all the different GSAs, where we focus on kind of leadership skills, and towards the end of the 6-week period, the students of the GSAs come up with a project aimed at kind of making that change in their schools, whatever change that they feel that they might need to create that safe environment for their schools. So
I'm getting the impression that what they're trying to do now is to make sure that in the whole process of education that goes on in the school system, reading, writing, arithmetic, social studies, and so forth, also includes something about the socialization process for people, in which we need to learn how to get along with other people who are different from us.
Right.
Maybe that's part of the basic message of the GSA.
Right. And I mean, you hit on the nose. That's and as well as just kind of getting, forming just kind of a. I feel like it's very important that it's a gay straight alliance. That everybody is on board, because you don't. It's a safe space, but I feel like it's only it's only going to become truly safe if everybody's on the same page in the whole school. Not everybody in the school has to be in the GSA, but it's important that the students know that it exists, and that and that they know what they're about and what they're trying to do.
You probably hear stories from LGBT youth that reach you through these GSA groups. And I guess their stories, something like what Scott Free was singing about, horror stories where school is hell on earth for some people.
Right.
Do you hear stories about that?
No,
People being beaten and subjected to all kinds of dreadful harassment?
Yeah. One of the students I just met, he tells me, and what really strikes me is how used to it he is. He kind of he'll relay stories to me as if it's supposed to happen, like it's the weather, and
he expects it somehow.
Yeah. He tells me how people look at him and just from getting one look, it'll be fag and just all and how people will literally chase him, and that's something that, like, I don't know, it blows my mind that it's still happening. I can't remember anybody chasing anyone in my middle school, and the fact that he is so used to it kills me. And he comes to the True Colors office, and it's a great environment, and we're having fun, but then when we kind of start talking, it just rattles off these stories, and for me it's just like it's such a the rest of my day is I can't stop thinking about it, but I can't even imagine what it's like for him, but it seems like it's just so like it becomes nothing.
I was out in high school, Newington High School, in 1965, can you believe? And I was never chased. Perhaps I was simply lucky somehow. I don't understand how I escaped some of the harassment when I hear of horror stories like this. And it saddens me to think that now decades have passed and people are still undergoing this.
Right.
So it's something that's got to stop, and we really have got to work on it.
Right.
So that not another generation of people is going to have to endure this.
Right. I mean, I think it's very important for adults to kind of recognize their role in this as well. Like I feel like bullying, period, kind of gets kind of shrugged off. Like, oh, I went through it, so therefore it must be something that people have to go through. Or even same thing with spanking your child. Like, that I was raised this way, and therefore it must be all right. I turned out all right. But I think I think people, especially adults, need to just realize that this bullying, and I'm even just talking very specifically about the physical, the bullying.
Oh, yeah.
It's not right. Just because you went through it doesn't mean. And I think that's how it keeps getting perpetuated. Is that because kids don't, there's this gap. Even though it's 2010, to them, they don't have all that context, and I think it's up to the adults to kind of provide that and say that this doesn't need to happen. And as far as the mental kind of strain, I think that it really kind of ties into I think a lot about the internet and the kind of negative effect that can have. And
do some of the students that you reach talk about harassment via the internet?
Oh yeah, I mean it's cyberbullying. That's it's just another form.
Yeah.
And
that was what it was in the case of Tyler Clementi.
Right, and I mean that was just. Yeah, that was awful, and I mean, it's. I think the most important part is that with the internet, you can kind of feel like when something gets out there, the entire world knows. Where maybe back in 1965 that wasn't the case. It's kind of whatever's happening is isolated. Not that that takes away from it, but there's this kind of feeling that it's. The entire world is watching and commenting, but that's why I feel like these Make It Better and It Gets Better projects are such good ways of kind of getting the positive the positive part of the internet, just showing that all these negative people have these comments, but a bunch of good people are posting clips saying that this we support you, and I think that's very important with as far as just combating that cyberbullying, using the internet to do that.
There may be people within the sound of our voices here on the radio that have experienced the bullying right now, people that are hurting out there, or the parents or grandparents or relatives or friends of LGBT youth that are being harassed in our school systems. And so they need to get in touch with you or people like you. They need to get in touch with True Colors to help them through the bad time in their life.
Yeah.
And how can they reach you and the GSA movement and True Colors?
True Colors has a Facebook page, and I think everybody's on Facebook these days. You can reach me directly at GSA@ourtruecolors.org. That's GSA@ourtruecolors.org. And yeah, you can check True Colors. There's a True Colors website, ourtruecolors.org, and just call me, email me, and whatever.
Yeah, well, I've been talking with Simon Musa, who is the coordinator for the Gay Straight Alliance movement here in the state of Connecticut, working with True Colors, the LGBT youth support agency here in the state of Connecticut, and it is a comfort to me, and maybe a comfort to a lot of other people, to know that there is a remedy for bullying in our schools, and it is solidarity between gay and straight students in the school system.
Right.
So thanks a whole lot, Simon, for coming down here tonight and talking with me about it.
No worries.
Oh, the saddest sound I ever heard was footsteps cold and sharp. They were speaking volumes of neglect as they faded in the dark. The most haunting voice I ever felt was crying into space. A wounded angel trapped in flesh and wearing your child's face. Yes, wearing your child's face. Don't turn away, don't condemn. Let your spirit comfort them. Peace awaits, but until then, do not turn away. The longest journey ever gone began with one small step, and the price for burning bridges now is a lifetime of regret. How we love is no more choice than is the way we die. By you who gave them passage here, they must not be denied. They must not be denied. Don't turn away, don't condemn. Let your spirit comfort them. Peace awaits, but until then, do not turn away. Don't turn away, do not fail. Heed your heart, let love prevail. Death is looming, hope is frail. Do not turn away. Do not turn away.
That was the late, great Michael Callan with a song of comfort, Do Not Turn Away. It's a song by John Bucchino, and John Bucchino accompanies Michael on piano in that recording from a collection of posthumously released song material featuring Michael Callan's voice, released in 1993. Michael Callan Legacy. Now, by the way, if you want to reach Simon Musa at True Colors by phone, you can phone him at area code 860-232-0050, extension 305. Just a couple of notes here about LGBT History Month. It's still going on. Equality Forum, a national and international LGBT rights organization, celebrates October as LGBT History Month 2010. Each day in October, an icon is featured without charge online at www.glbthistorymonth.com with a video, biography, bibliography, with linkage, downloadable images, and other educational resources. Started in 2006, the 124 icons from inception to the year 2009 are archived with resources on the website. Equality Forum's director, Malcolm Lazen, says a History Month is an important civil rights milestone by enhancing visibility, providing educational resources, demonstrating merited pride, and laying the groundwork for academic programs. The icon for today, October 28th, is John A. Perez, Speaker of the California State Assembly. Also, coming up in the month of November, the One Big Event, sponsored by the Hartford Gay and Lesbian Health Collective. It will be the 8th such One Big Event, taking place this year, Saturday, November 13th, at the Hartford Hilton Hotel. It's an evening of cocktails, dinner, live and silent auctions, and dancing to the music of the fabulous Shaded Soul Band. Michael Wilson, artistic director of the Hartford Stage, will be the MC. Honorary host is Hartford Mayor Pedro Segarra. And one of the highlights of the One Big event is its entertainment. This year features the hottest comedian on the circuit, Ian Harvey, called quite possibly the most unique stand-up comic in the country by Frontiers Magazine. Ian is the world's first female-to-male transgendered comic. So the One Big event is a fundraiser for the Hartford Gay and Lesbian Health Collective, the largest such organization in the state devoted to LGBT and HIV/AIDS communities. For more information about One Big event, contact the coordinator, Dan Millett, at area code 860-278-4163, extension 18, or go to the website, www.onebigevent.org. And, by the way, you may be hearing Ian Harvey himself talking about his life and his career as a comedian here on Gay Spirit real soon.
Gay spirit singing in our hearts, leading us through these troubled times. A gay spirit moving round this land, calling us to a time of open love.
Well, that does it for Gay Spirit for this Thursday evening. Be back with us every Thursday night from 8:30 to 9 p.m. For more information and entertainment for Greater Hartford's lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community, this is Keith Brown wishing you a happy Halloween and good night for Gay Spirit.
Singing